Hello, everyone. Here
Hello,
we
everyone,
are.
Hello everyone, welcome to a new stream of Transformers of Worlds.
and Happy New Year to everyone. It's the first stream of the year. I hope you guys had a good break. If you had a chance to have a break, hope you are ready for the next. What hopefully will be a better year than last year.
Yeah, it's been a quiet one, right? Staying at home, maybe not
Yeah.
meeting all your family, but we are close to normality.
Depends what we talk about, because I thought it
Depends
was
on
a pretty
which
good year
country.
for Transformers. Yeah.
I think I say for Transformers it was a great year. New series, a really great series with a lot of call-outs for I guess for the old fans. I think personally the game has done pretty well. So it's been an interesting year for us, but outside that, not so rosy. But I mean, hope you guys had a good break, and if you did, and had a good time.
Cool. Should we start saying some hello to the people who joined us already?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll start on Facebook. Gide Matteo is with us. Frisch, Gabor, hello to Tol, Jesse, Deadpool Hughes, Mike Walker, Quog Ann, Felipe Neon Nahera, Nick Langietz, Corey Speaks. Oops, I'm sorry. Hello to Walter O'Brien, Justin Kennedy, Samuel Grabe, Nathan Wallace, Craig Morrison, and Gino Coplo Roas.
I'll do tweets. Hello, Blaze, the Giga B, Lord Drag Gear, the Booster Bots, Devil's Fan, Toasted Roasted Peanuts, William Hackman, Laser Claw 80, Skinny 33, Mosso 15, JR, Super Mr. Wolf, Soundmaster 0, Dexter 3, Ryan Like, Console 10, Into the Flash 77, and everyone else.
And from YouTube, we have Espe Rank, Error Sans, Legion Azure, a Korean name I don't know how to say, but hello to you too. Irving Ocampo, Romero Reyes, Orlando Jesus, Space 001, The Arrow, DJ Hart, Cesar Chagua Lopez, Travis Phillips. I see also Nathan Webb, who has some very interesting questions for us, very interesting trivia for us today. I see also Engineer Hoist, who must be very happy today for the characters we're introducing, and some other friends that are joining us from YouTube.
And also like join us in the meantime, Mark Ehrman, that's saying to us, my son and I love the game, and you guys absolutely love the game. Thank you. We appreciate it.
I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, so today we're going to talk about the event called Special Delivery. We're going to read a little bit of the dialogue. The stories continues this week after a short interruption last week, I think. We're going to show the new combat bots, Sun Barrier and Double Crosser, and demonstrate them in the challenge battle. We will also talk about Hoist and Crankcase. You have seen some pictures in the newsletter if you subscribe to this. We'll talk about them a little bit more. And finally, we'll do some trivia as well.
Yeah.
So
Lots of good stuff to start the year with. There's a lot of exciting content happening, and I hope everyone got to play with the new Titans and the new raids. I hope you guys love them. I mean, I had a blast. We had a blast developing and then actually trying to solo them over the holidays. Unfortunately, the solo didn't pan out to release for all the players, but I think it's still really fun to play with. So let's jump into the event. Hi.
So, have you enjoyed the midweek raid? Because there is another one coming this weekend. It's a bit different, so the base is the layout, and in this case, you cannot choose difficulty, so it's the same for everyone. And it works like the usual: get energy cells attacking bases. In this case, the bases are triple XP. No, are super XP. So there is an increase there, and then you can use the cells you get to attack these raid bases we are seeing now, that are some mix match of different ones, and at the end you will be able also to attack all the titans. So there is new kind of point lineup, different tiers. It's kind of more gradual now, so you can attack the easy ones to get some points, but of course, of course the big points are on the last ones. And then in the lineup, we'll see the usual Shanix that are in the raid events. Then 4-star shards, 5-star shards, 3-star shards. Something new like the Titan Smite MK3, 2 and 1. It's the new Titan related battle booster. It's super strong. You will see it. And then we also have G1. So G1 silver, G1 gold, and G1 G-metal power core chips. Each of one have a guaranteed power core of dimension and quality. So yeah, good luck. It's a good event. I mean, you have some of the best rewards in the game. You have super XP. You have the chance to play something new with the new Titans. So I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah. So a lot of interesting stuff to win. The raids, people will be asking to be some question on the background. If it has rechargeable tokens, yes, those kind of raids do have rechargeable tokens. So if you go on if you're not around for a few hours, then you're gonna win some tokens automatically. You can see there's a timer. Super XP, as Jairo said, yes, it's gonna be super XP for when you actually try to raid for tokens, so you'll be able to level up your bots and a lot of other exciting stuff. There's no difficulty select because we didn't think that this works. The new difficulty option that's in the alliance rates for the midweek doesn't really work in this case because it's just an event that these people will be able to get as many. They can keep riding and they have all the attempts to just keep finishing it until they run out of time. So, and also it was really hard to customize it and build it from ourselves. So there's no difficulty, but the difficulty select will come in next midweek, and it will be there for every midweek. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We will need to do some tweaks. We did have some issues when we first released them, but those issues were mainly because we did a lot of changes to the raids themselves. New buildings, as some people have seen, the steel generator, there is kind of like mines, and unfortunately some of those cases, some of those things created some issues, but hopefully next week everything will be addressed and everyone will be just having a good time.
And these new buildings for the raids and the equivalents of the base, are they going to be in the raids for this weekend as well?
Yeah, the changes we've done all the raid bases themselves, it will carry over depending on if it's like a midweek or if an alliance event. Those changes are there to stay. We thought like rushing to the HQ without having something else to think of is kind of a cheat. So that's why we put the seal generator with 100% health. So you and your alliance will have to kind of plan ahead. I do at least need to go and destroy the seal generator. We don't think that by itself increases the difficulty, but it's more like, yes, one person cannot just solo a lot of the bases like it used to be.
Yeah, I mean, those bases, like the bases that we were using up until like November last year, were like the one that were designed right at from the beginning of raid, so they needed a little bit of
they need a bit
of paint.
something different, something new. We haven't been touched for a long time, so that's why we actually we changed the whole system. So hopefully people can have a bit more fun. There's of course a lot of feedback, a lot of the easy alliance, the alliances that actually did easy mode, the low level alliances, think that this might be a bit harder. This is something we could tweak, put some easier layouts in there. But this was like one of our first go with it, so we'll definitely be tweaking them as we go forwards.
That's a much needed update for raids.
What's next? Are we doing dialogue?
I was wondering.
Yeah, we have 4 to choose from, but it's better maybe the first one.
But I know how you set your heart on one of them, and I'm trying to look for this one.
Which one? Oh yeah. Well, you know it's not true because my heart it's always a Decepticon one. But we can go for the Autobot because it's kind of the Christmas theme we are following up with the Saga.
Cool, let's go. These Insecticons ain't in a listening mood.
Or it seems a festive one. Or peaceful overtures are being roundly and radically ignored.
Strange, Jumpstreet. That terrain seems so curiously wayward, considering we are unarmed.
True, little one, but we do have Grimlock. In full T-Rex tantrum mode, no less. That probably infringed my targeting systems a tad.
We have to make them see we are under a flag of truce. To propose a full Deliverance Day ceasefire.
Good luck with that, Goldfire. Me, I'm putting my faith in Sound Barrier.
Why is it when someone needs a hand or maybe a bit of extra shielding, I'm suddenly Mr. in demand?
A combat bot here? Now? Perhaps this is a time of miracles after all.
Or someone sent a request of Cybertron that I couldn't refuse, much as I wanted to.
Well played, Rook. Me first with that protective coat of paint.
Look, the Insecticons are breaking off their attack.
But why? Unless they were just first wave. Look!
Gah! Starscream now me go up to Carnage factor 50.
Grimlock, no! Wait! That holoflag Starscream generating? They want to talk. Too late. Hey.
Yeah.
I like how Grimlock was wearing his crown. Is it something you can set, Fabian, like this?
I think I'm just using the regular. I'm not sure. I didn't choose it, and then I was watching the dialogue, and I saw the crown, and I was like,
no. A lot of those things are depending if you own Grimlock on your squad and he has a crown, then that will actually permeate into the dialogues.
So not everybody will see the crown.
Not everyone will see the crown. Unfortunately.
Disappointment.
But a lot of people have the crown. They could put it in on a 2-star Grimlock, and then probably. I don't know if that will actually work. It's been a long time since we worked on that.
I know it works for when they destroy your base and Starscream is there. Oh, damn Autobots! If you have the cron in Starscreams, you will see it, even in that dialogue.
Yeah. So as we have seen, sound barrier. So a new type of combat bots. We're probably going to be showing them later. So we actually bringing in combat bots that are actually not just offensive but actually defensive, helping on the defensive side. And it's a new type like shields, so you can actually block damage and so in a bit. And it's pretty interesting because so far we had like a companion combat bots, we had like weapon combat bots for melee or range it or far range it, and now we have a new type, which is the shield ones, and that gives a different something I think to put in the warriors, because the warriors, I guess, you could do the more damage, but maybe you want the warrior to protect yourself, and they will be feeling that role.
Yeah, so you can see it like on screen right now. It's here on the right. So Sound Barrier, it shields nearby ally from 50% of damage for 4 seconds every 15 seconds. So it just triggers regularly. If you upgrade it, it's actually the protection that goes up. Can you do that? Oh, I just don't have enough currency. I just wanted to show you the upgrade thing. I'm just missing like 3,000.
Happens.
Yeah. Let's equip it then.
Oh,
Shield.
Nice.
Yeah, so we'll take it to battle. I think we have. The content is live already, so if you want to do the battle yourself, you can after this stream, or even during the stream if you're better than me at multitasking. So I rehearsed this battle before, and then the bot that was having sound barrier was just like going on its own, and I was not working. But I'm going to be better this time. So yeah, it's gonna like, you need to have like so it's on a walk team, you'll need to have him like next to the other bots, and then you'll see the shield materialize itself. So you see it here.
Yeah.
You can see it. You see a little shield next to it because it also affects minions. There's a minion down there. Like you can see one of the lately released combat bot, I think Dial is in there. So I'm not really playing here. I'm just trying to show you the shield. Just died just before. Yeah, so Dial is affected as well. So yeah, it just protects regularly your bots around as well. So it's quite cool. You don't need to like trigger anything and it just happens. So if you running a tight squad, it's quite useful and it's going to increase the survivability of your bot. It's a hard word. Sorry, I lost that battle.
It's this is when he's demonstrating, but yeah, I mean, it's any kind of protection, especially with now the new defenses, is going to be useful, I think, for everyone.
Yeah, and this is like, ooh, what did I play? That's not what I wanted to play. Yeah, and it's kind of like it triggers on its own. So this protection is going to be there and it's going to run in the background, not something you're going to have like to trigger and like worry about. That is not what I wanted to do, but there you have it.
we can jump on that in a bit for sure.
Well, it's another dialogue, and it's nice.
Yeah, so this dialogue is like, if you want to see it in order, Simon Furman wrote it to introduce the new Titans and just like insert them in the story of Transformers Earth War. Start with the base, this dialogue will play, and then it will continue onto the bot form. So like I'm playing like in the wrong order right now.
I mean, I'm always excited to see Titans face to face. I just wish they would punch each other or something.
Oh, who knows?
Who knows?
Never say never.
Never say never.
That would be nice.
That'd be really cool. That would be something really cool to see.
On that scale.
Because nothing else can really make justice like with the Titans. But yeah, such interesting characters. And it's now we have 4 of them. which is really, really great.
Well, you know
Yeah, you probably play that.
you are not gonna win this one, right?
No, I mean, if I lost the one before, I'm probably not going to win this one. I mean,
what I found though amazing was some people actually. This is a challenge battle, and this challenge battle was not really designed to be doable, but some people did do them, and actually some people did do them with 2 minutes nearly to spare, which is really, really impressive. I did hope we had a way that you could just we can see like what everyone has done and actually highlight the best attempt, because really impressive, because these are actually it was really powerful. This was not really powerful version, but it was pretty strong. And to see that some people managed to do what it has 104, that's like 104,000 health points, and to see that someone actually managed to do it in a minute, around a minute time, is really impressive.
yeah, literally, we just put it there in the newsfeed thinking everybody can try it. And of course, they're not going to do it. And some people were just like, yeah, let me do it. I'll take 2 minutes. Cool. Yeah, that was unexpected. But yeah, Sunbury and Double Crosser will be like available this weekend, I believe, or today.
Cool. Does the shield works on bots on defensive mode?
Yeah.
So it
It will
spawns.
It will probably shield. It will shield the defenses around the bots on defense. So not only other outpost bot, but also defenses.
Pretty good.
Cool. I don't know if there's any other questions, because we did jump to a few of the content right now.
Scrolling. Well, let's do a reminder. Please drop off your questions if you have any. We'll try to fish them from the chat and answer.
I'm looking at the questions because today I only have one screen.
There were some questions about ability 11, when the next patch is going to be. We are actually going to start working on, I think, the next one soon. So we probably would be announcing who is going to get the next ability level 11. If not the next week, then the week after. We are in the middle of actually designing. I think priority will go to the new bots, Horse and Crankies, because they're going to be coming up soon. But then after that, I think it's ability level 11.
Yeah, we have sort of a short list of the bots we want to do for ability level 11. Then when we actually get to make them, we might just change it. So we don't want to announce anything yet. But the goal is to have them in playtest probably next week, so we can roll them out pretty quickly. Oh, we didn't show the Double Crosser though.
Yeah.
Double Crosser is a weird character. The shield looks pretty cool. The red version, I think I prefer this one.
We do show them in the showroom. That would be nice, because then you can actually see them.
Yeah,
both characters.
That was wrong. No, that's good. Who was it? Bone Crusher, no?
No.
You have too many bots, Fabian.
I'm not really sure what this account is, but yeah. It's a very strange bot indeed. The shield is on the back. He's got this weird shielding kind of like arms, and of course he has like 2 heads.
He's a really unique character. When I saw it, I'm like, I don't even know how it's gonna fit with our kind of like troop rig, because he has two heads. I'm expecting the dialogue that he can talk to himself or something.
I think so, if I remember well. Which one did I equip? I don't remember. I re-equip on. I'll see here.
Papiblet says he looks like a solar panel, and it's true.
Yeah, it's cool. They do look cool. I mean, they look different than
Yeah.
some of the combat bots we have done before. And I
So
think there's going to be a little bit. Yeah.
it's variety. It's like something else, and I mean, I think everyone likes the ability to have like different things. And I mean, we have axes, we have weapons, we have long range weapons. It's nice. We have a shield, and that like changes options for some people. So I think it was a welcome addition.
Yeah, we're going to have some quite different looking ones this year as well. Stay tuned about that.
It's been a
Some
while
cool
now.
combat bot coming.
It's been a while we don't have like normal standard ones, like a lot of different animals there and forms. Cool.
Okay. Trying to see if there's any questions.
Well, we have the usual second base for account, crossovers, things that we don't have an answer right now.
Yeah. On second base, a lot of that is in crossovers that we cannot actually say anything. It's not simple.
Oh, can we get power cores for the combat bots?
Yeah. And you get the combat bot for a combat bot.
Yeah. Are we going to see bots from other Cybertronian colonies? I mean, we're going to see a lot of variety this year for sure.
I'll take some question because some people are having a discussion on Twitch, which I already answered today. And we won't please people. No, we will not add the zone 16. I explained the reason. Like you don't, because we added some defenses, we're not gonna move all the new like top bases on the zone that no one will attack except for the top players. So no one will getting attacked. This is not what happens. Zone 15 is the hardest zone of the battle. If you go there, expect that you'll be able to get max bases, and that's how it is. Like it is a challenge. It's for the last point of medal count from 20 to 25,000. If you are at that level, it's gonna be hard. Like I know people got used to have like 3 squads, and now they have to go down to 2 squads or 1 squad for that zone. But it is a harder zone, and we don't have any plan of introducing a new zone just because we got introducing some new defenses. It is harder, but it is still doable. You just have to. This is how it's gonna be. Because if you move all the zones, max zones, which now pretty much is like 60% of all the players that are HQ 17, that means no one is going to attack in those bases, no one is going to be seeing any defenses, and that becomes boring for the people that care for defense. So this is the reason we rather prefer to have people getting more attacks than the amount of like successful attacks you can do, the number of squads you can do at that point. So no, zone 16 will not be added, not until we introduce something more that actually significant will impact the defensive power of the base. So no, because any zone you ask, you have any zone you put more medals, and then that becomes bigger. I think more of the problem is how many medals you win on the until you get to that point, and not the fact that the zone 15 is going to be harder. It has also some easier bases in the zone 15. That's why it gives you some chance from 60% of the time to be able to win that zone. But you have to choose. You either go zone 14 and win and get 1 medal and less resources, or you go on the zone 15 and that's what it's gonna be. So yeah, we already had a discussion, and I am pretty sure some people say I'm not actually fighting. I am fighting and I'm losing half of the time, but this is a choice that people have to do. So moving on from that.
some other questions. So you, as usual, you're asking about when is this bot coming to the game or not. We generally don't announce before. We only announce it in the newsletter, really, but keep on posting them, and we're just taking notes. I've seen some bots that were in the chat. If you're asking if they're coming, and they will probably come in the future, but we cannot say more. Also, other questions. No combat bots affect the special abilities, correct?
No.
No. So that's kind of like a design principle. We're changing the weapon for them. So we just sort of consider they will change their regular combat ability because they changed the weapon. This is the way they just interact in battle. If you want to affect the special abilities of a bot, you'll have to look into power cores more.
Yeah, it's like we didn't want to like give combat bots that enhance special abilities, because then they fight with power cores for exactly the same thing, and then it becomes too powerful when you have two things that can enhance a combat ability. Can get to a point when it becomes really game breaking. So if there was any indication that this was happening, that any increase of ability actually or damage increases ability damage, that's not the case for combat bots.
Will we ever see combat bots split into batches?
Don't know. That's a question for Hyro.
Yeah, that's a question for me. I had it right down. So it's not the intention for the design of them to have them in different batches. Basically, the shop is already quite crowded. Combat bots are kind of easier to get to, so we don't have plans for now to divide them by batches. Maybe in the future when we have more combat bots in the lineup, but for now we want to keep it this way. More questions. We're going quite fast today. The new combat bots only for warriors. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. People are asking. Let's see.
What's the best bots to pair with the new combat bots?
Like the same thing that's has a low DPS and you're not expecting a lot of damage, but like hotspot Rook, which is there to be able to take a lot of damage or lead the charge. So those are probably the best choice.
The one that already have like a lot of health and you want to send first to take all the damage. That's a good choice.
So expanding leaderboard prizes pool this year. So leaderboard events are very specific. Like we run them every other month, and they aim like the best alliances. Like there is a top 10 fighting there. There is a top 100 also fighting them. And honestly, we have been increasing the rewards from the tiers also. So it's not only the ranks, but also as you go through the whole event, you get quite a lot of rewards. So I don't think we have any intention right now to expand the ladder prices if you mean the ranks. But the ones in the tiers, like in the different tiers you unlock, they will progress as we progress with the other kind of events and the rewards amounts. So that will be improved over time. But so far ranks, we want to keep them the way they are.
People are asking about combat bots for Drift and Star Saber. As I explained recently, it's not as it's quite tricky because we have to spend like art resource, which is a bit like a constraint at the moment to redesign those characters, because those characters come equipped with swords, which is part of their model. Some people are asking how about you do it the same thing as Skylings, which is you get the weapons but you don't sew the art. Again, that's not possible because they unfortunately do have the attachment points for those weapons get attached. So there's no way we can make them hide without, again, getting an artist to go and minimize those attachment points. With that point, you might as well just fix them. So in the future, if we get some more art resource, we will try to do them. But at the moment, it's not possible, and that's why they cannot equip any type of like weapons. It is a problem, but it is what it is.
One for Hi-Ho. Can we get a chip in the Shanix store for bot-specific cores like the Optimus Matrix, Chrome, Jetfire, Editor's Armor? Wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, they're hard to get by. It's the
Yeah.
same reasoning than having G1 chip. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's very limited, right? We have like 5 or 6 of them. I don't see why not. Probably I will put a note about that. I know they are harder to get because now we have G1 and we have the other cores and everything. But yeah, we'll put a note.
Will player levels increase? Oh, we talked about this right or just before the holiday, and we thought we should because some players have reached the maximum.
Yeah, we can
We should do
increase
it.
it.
Yeah, we should do it. It's quite easy.
Totally. I mean, I guess after you finish your base, I mean, we have new defenses, so the base, some of the buildings were built. The good thing is that you don't lose the XP that you've accumulated, so it's already counted. So you can definitely boost that, so you can get some more of the rewards that you get when you level up, and of course you get more XP when you level up your bots.
More player. There
I
is
had a
a. Sorry, you can go for it.
go for it.
I have a highlighted message from Darth Tyler. Darth Tyler 00. Will you make red fuel cells in the normal Tuesday to Wednesday rates rechargeable like in the weekends event? The answer is no because they are different kind of types, right? Probably Yanis, if you want to jump in.
Those raids were designed with the idea that you have limited attempts. Giving more people attempts makes it just makes them a bit easier, but and takes a bit more of the fun out of the thing. That's why the midweek ones are funnier. I think more fun is because you have 7 attempts, you make them count, and you have to get your less of your alliance involved. When it's in the weekend, then we want people to get as many attempts so they can actually finish the event. But midweek, you need to be able to say like, okay, this is what we can do. I can get better as an alliance, and I can get more uh, points in, destroy more bases in. But that's with a limitation of 7 attempts per player.
Yeah, it's like a weekly challenge, right? How much damage can you do with your best squad, and then you progress over time, and you can see these numbers increase.
Yeah, especially now you get the difficulty. At least you can know like, okay, you can try the different difficulties. You can find my alliance is a medium difficulty person, and then at some point when you start thinking like, oh, we can do this, and we have a lot of attempts left, then you can move to the higher difficulty. So it gives, I think, a lot of the people, the original people who had the problem with having one difficulty for everyone was that you didn't feel that you complete anyone. Like if you were top alliance, you could complete it. If you were in the middle, you could like, I just destroy 3 bases, but there's no chance I will have ever to finish this kind of event. But now you do have the chance, and eventually, hopefully, over time, you have the chance to improve and move over and get more rewards out of it.
Galvatron 124 asking for a Sky Rain. Uh, yeah, we have some of the components in game.
There are some components, but I don't know. Skyrain for us is not one of the original like G1 combiners. So it will happen, I guess, if at some point we run out of the original G1 combiners, and then we just like what if we still have the need to make new combiners and add more combiners to the game, then we might consider it. But I rather do this the new combiners like Copytron, for example, that might be coming soon. Hint, hint, and some other ones that before we actually get to that point we do Skyrim.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Robots doing the conga. We don't talk about that, right? The legend says they may do the conga sometimes. But
Sometimes it might happen. I really like that story about the conga, which is kind of because some of the code was from the older game Rival Kingdoms, and that was kind of an Easter egg that they did. We actually got some part of that, so it can happen.
Never heard about this.
oh,
We have to talk about this after this stream.
yeah, I have
I
seen
want to
it
know
in
everything.
game.
I want to know everything.
It's fun. It's quite fun. Yeah, I see a lot of requests about the achievements, so I will put that on high priority on my to-do list for this year, and have achievements for all the things and loops we have in game.
There's a few questions about people saying that the new content is more difficult. the new defenses, having more like harder bases, and yes, that's definitely what's happening. We are slowly increasing the difficulty, and that's like because a lot of people think like, oh yeah, like I have not reached that part of the content. That content is too hard for me, or I will never do it. Probably think of there's another subset of players that are at that level that they just don't get as much fun out of that because they will just deploy the bots and actually fast forward through the content. And it is a strategy game. Like I personally enjoy this part of like thinking like how can I utilize my bots more efficiently and how can I get better. For some of the players, they want that challenge, and that's why we have hard mode. This is for people that want the extra challenge. This is why we have Prime League effect. I know it's not for everyone, but the game has to have a reason for players to get better or get stronger or make it change the meta. And I do understand that some people can get frustrated when you get. I reach that point now. My bots are strong. I can defeat this base. Like I'm happy and I wish everything stays the same, but the game has to evolve. Like if it stays the same, I think a lot of people we're gonna lose as many people as we lose because the game just become a bit harder. They're gonna lose them because it's like now I have nothing to do. I just I don't have a reason to level up other bots or keep improving because I just push my bot down, fast forward through, and I finish. So it's a balance. We do get data for how people play, like how many people win or lose on different zones. We do change the effects every now and then. What we ask people is patience for them to get used to the new defenses or the new effects. And if we see that they still too hard, we will change them as we go. But I don't want to say like, oh, someone, it's hard for me. I can't do 300 anymore. And see a few comments and it's like, oh, straight away gonna change this because some people can still do 300. A lot of people are enjoying this new difficulty. I don't want to deprive them without giving the chance of getting some proper feedback. I know some people don't like that, but like we need to get the balance. Like some people want challenge, some people don't want challenge. Uh, like hard mode is optional, as I always said. Prime League again is optional. Just take a breather, step back a bit, and then slowly, as you get more used, you will probably be able to get back to the high level, and the game will evolve. Because if I think the game just stays as it is, then the game is gonna also die. It's interlinked, I think.
I've switched accounts. Some players were asking us to show Fortress Maximus. So
That's good. Yeah, because
yeah,
I never
went to
get to
the
see him pretty much. Like, and I know like a lot of people, the Decepticon players who wish to be able to see or fight Scorponok. So it would be nice to be able to get the other side for once, or Fortress Maximus too.
yeah, they're really cool. Like the bot form is really cool. Really, thanks to the sword, it's quite good as well.
Nice.
I'm gonna show the other form. Do you want to show Hoist and Crankcase? There was a question about them. I mean, some players, one of you was asking if they are going to be medic. I know Hoist was like a really great candidate for being a medic in this game. But we said before, we don't want to bring another medic, so they won't be medics, but there will definitely be a heal component to them. So stay tuned. We'll try to just like, yeah, make it work, but still another medic. No.
Yeah, I'm showing
we'll
the mod board now.
Yeah, and it's actually
Sorry.
solid because I know a lot of players, in particular, are excited to see Hoist. Unfortunately, we don't have the art yet to show them in the 3D or in the model. It's all has come quite close.
And then
Yeah, so
Crankcase.
we've already started working on it. So like most of like the ID and the design is like kind of set. It's going to go probably in playtest really soon. Might not go in playtest with the correct art, but you don't need that for playtest. So yeah, stay tuned. There'll definitely be a lot of more info in next week's newsletter.
Yep. Yeah. Meanwhile, you can. Well, you have some art already on the newsletter this week, but yeah, you can see the paint mowers for the bot and the vehicle mode. Kind of some spoiler about what's coming up. Nice. Do you want to jump to trivia, or should we do more
Yeah,
questions?
let's do it trivia. Give some time people to get questions.
Yeah, so as usual, thanks Nathan for sending us this trivia. This Hara, so you have started strong this year, I can see. How it works, we will do a question. You can send your answer in the chat, but you first need to put your player name, HQ level, and alliance name, so we can find you in case you're a winner. And will select some winners that will get some freebies in game. So question number 1, it says, in the Prime Wars cartoon, Fortress Maximus' head transforms into Cerberus, whose head transforms into Emissary. But which former Power Ranger voiced Emissary? So there's kind of a twist there. Prime Wars cartoon, Fortress Maximus' head transforms into Cerberus, whose head transforms into Emissary. And then this guy, Emissary, was voiced by a former Power Ranger. I can do a hint, like showing the image of such Power Ranger. Is this guy? If you know the name of this guy, you know the answer.
Is it the face of the guy, or is it just like the Power Ranger costume? Because I cannot see the picture.
I am not that mean.
I'm seeing it. That's it. Yeah.
Like, yeah, this is a green Power Ranger.
Yeah.
No, it's the actor. That
That
was
is a heck of a question.
yeah, it is. I mean, there is some Google action right now there. I don't know if I spell it well, say it well. Cerberus,
Cerebros, no?
Cerebros, yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's probably related to the brain, so it's probably Cerebros.
Cerebros.
Because it's the head.
So the head of the head of the head, right? Emissary also Fortus Maximus is head transformed into Cerebros, and then is the head of emissaries. And which former Power Ranger voiced Emissary? Some answers already. I can do the picks. Let's try to do one from each side.
Are you going to get 3 winners?
Yeah, I can get 3 winners. Oh, you did already?
No. I was just wondering if you're going to find 3 winners.
Yeah, there are actually.
I do love this mode. It's the first time I actually get to fight it, to see it getting fighted. So.
And from Twitch. Trying to not pick names, make it a bit random. Okay, so we have 3 winners. But first, the answer. The answer is Jason David Frank. He was or is the original Green Ranger. Does it mean there is a crossover coming? No, it does not mean. So just forget about the tinfoil hats. There is not a Power Ranger crossover coming. And from Facebook, Samuel Griff is the winner. That's it. Jason Frank, origin of Primus is his name. Then Alvin, UK Cispry 1216, another winner. And from Twitch, Grey Malion from EMPS Revenge. So congratulations to the winners. Some freebies.
Although our contact at Hasbro, Richard, is also in charge of the Power Rangers
Yeah.
franchise, right? If I remember well.
I think
I'm
he's,
sure if we talked to him about it, he'd be up for it.
yeah, he's quite a fan also. So I mean, giant
Oh,
robots. Why not?
there's no plan for any crossovers again.
No, it makes a lot less sense than G.I. Joe
It does.
or My Little Pony.
Can we choose? So do you want to do the second question?
Let's do the second question.
I can read it if you want. Yeah, question 2. In the Marvel comics, Scorponok is controlled by Lord Zarak, but who is Lord Zarak's daughter? So who's Lord Zarak's daughter who controls Scorponok in the Marvel comics?
Yeah. It's it's deep. There is also a hint. I don't think it shows the name. Let me check. But I can show you who is her. Who is she? Okay, my computer turned crazy. Yeah, it's this lady. So I guess the Michael Bay didn't start the thing of male gaze on Transformers. You can see this lady. That is Lord Tharak's daughter, and we need the name.
So it's always weird when we save screenshots because it's actually sitting inside the thing, and I'm like, "What are you talking about? You haven't said it."
Yeah, I have the program, so I can see it, but I know you cannot. Yeah. Yeah, so the question again, in the Marvel comics, Scorponok is controlled by Lord Zarak, but who is Lord Zarak's daughter? Lord Zarak is kind of a power-hungry person, and his daughter is not.
Is she nice?
Yeah,
She's not a bad guy, if I can say it that way.
Yeah, she's not. I think I don't know. I don't really know Marvel comics, but
There are some questions if we're gonna be inviting more content creators in the stream in the next year, since we're still doing everything remote. It's an interesting question. Haven't thought about it.
Well, now that we are not in lockdown, we're just going back to the old formula. But
I think we have gonna have some interesting people joining us this year. Like I know some of our friends in Hasbro might not be. They said like, "Oh, it would be nice to join you in the stream." So maybe you're actually gonna have some people from Hasbro, actually other people that we actually usually work with, joining the stream. Simon Ferma can always joining us. Then probably we can actually do the same for some of the players or content creators. Have us visit us again when we have not as much to cover. For sure, we can definitely go on that.
maybe we can start by convincing Dale to join.
Yeah.
It will happen, Dale. If you're watching this, it will happen.
I'm sure we'll be fine with it.
Yeah.
No one wants to see us over and over again. We need some new fresh faces in.
Well, I have some winners. Sorry, I was just staring at the chat. So I'll remind the question. In the Marvel comics, Scorponok is controlled by Lord Zarak, but who is Lord Zarak's daughter? And her name is Lyra. She's Galen's girlfriend. Galen being the head of Cerebros, the head of Fortress Maximus. So it's all connected.
It's all connected.
So, and the winners are Thunderbot from Agents of Chaos. We also have Burnout Prime from the Arc Fusion. And finally, Gigabomb 98 from Scorched Demigods. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Best start of the year ever.
Congratulations, guys. Better to start with a gift.
Well, you can meet
Uh,
Lola, my cat. She was around mewing.
uh,
Look at her. She always comes when I'm busy, so she wins. And we haven't had James and Zelda for a while now, for a long while.
yeah, we need more pets.
Yeah, we should do a pet session someday. Do you have a pet, Johannes?
No, not usually,
Not
but
usually.
we have some visiting pets from them to time.
Nice. And you, Fabian?
No, I sometimes like care for like a dog from the neighborhood
Oh,
for
nice.
this lady. Yeah, when she goes on holiday and stuff. It's a
Nice.
very lazy dog that doesn't want to go outside. So it would be happy to be in the stream, I guess.
Nice.
Cool.
Cool. Let's see. Any other round of questions?
Some question about us reworking the how the XP cores work. Like instead of say all doing 100%. So I think the way it works at the moment is the Gold XP core has 100%. I can't remember. It's like 200%. Then the other ones are a bit less. Oh no, it's 100% for the gold. Sorry, 50% for silver, and a bit less for the bronze. If we were to change it to all be 100% and time duration wise, the problem with that idea is that then people will not buy the gold XP core because then no one's plays for 24 hours. So people will probably more efficiently buy the silver core because you have a 100% for the hours that you will be playing. So it's not something we want to do at the moment, but I mean, it's a good consideration, but there's no plan to change this at the moment.
We talked about the G metal one though. We still need to get around that.
Yeah, I think also for the people also complaining about the difficulty, there are some improvements we're gonna do to going forwards. We are planning on doing the boosts to increase the boost for HQ17. So we have not mentioned that. So we will be buffing the boosts to actually do more damage and better effects. The way boosts actually the Mark III ones change per HQ level up to a point. We have not actually tweaked this on the later HQ. So there is a plan for us to actually go in and do that soon. So hopefully that will give some of the people some extra help that they need at the moment.
Cool. I just remind what we talked about during the stream. While everybody is still asking questions. We talked about the raid that's going to happen this weekend, special livery. Reminder, it's an alliance raid. There is no choice of difficulty this time. It's a set difficulty, but you can win some more fuel cells by battling regularly in multiplayer. So you can have as many attempts as you need to finish it. And you also have more time than the regular, than the week raids. We read some dialogues. We showed Sunbury and Double Crosser, which are the two new combat core that are equipable by warriors, and they are shields. They're going to bring more protection to your team. And we talked a little bit about Oyster Crankcase. Unfortunately, we cannot show them this week in the stream, but there will be a lot more information in the newsletter next week.
Yeah. So next week will be the new bots, hopefully.
Yeah, we're a bit late on this too. But,
It's been a bumpy start of the year.
It is an ATP, like it's not the
Yeah,
limit.
yeah,
So,
it's an ATP chance crystal for everyone. Everyone have the same chances to get them.
so I think that's pretty much most of the time we have.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's any quick questions.
There is one about shards. And I saw another one about what happens, why I keep getting shards for characters I already unlocked. The thing is that these shards are yours, right? You get a bundle or you get a duplicate and it comes with some shards. So if you didn't have them, it would be kind of a problem. But then you keep summing shards. Maybe if you get just a duplicate, it's just a few of shards. But maybe if you're chasing for a bot, you keep getting shares of this bot, and that means even if you have the 4-star, you can get another 4-star. So it's kind of a guaranteed duplicate, and it's kind of guaranteed Gold power core, guaranteed 5-star shards. So it has some value to have the shards for bots, even if you are not chasing them or they are from your alt faction.
Cool. That's all the time we had.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. Hope you guys had a good break and hope you have a great year. It's much better than the last one.
Yeah. Things can only get better, so let's go for it.
Yeah.
We'll see you again in 2 weeks. We'll probably talk about like the new batch of ability level 11 and potentially more combat bots the next round. Let's see.
Yeah. Okay, guys, have a good time. Thanks for
Have a
joining
good 2 weeks. Have a good weekend.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy the Titans on the raid this weekend. Bye.
Enjoy the raid. Bye.